Hey guys, Carter's Garage here again with you today. So I'm actually my first video that I'm going to be doing, repairing this thing, is actually the switches on the handlebars. Um, these here, as you can see, mine spin, and they're not supposed to spin. And thankfully mine are kind of see-through, so you can see what's going on in here. There's a hole in the handlebar itself, and there's supposed to be a little plastic tab there that's supposed to go into that hole. Now obviously the previous owner of this bike just like ground it off or broke it off so he could kind of put this wherever he wanted to, because if you don't remove that little plastic pin or whatever, it won't sit anywhere else on the handlebar. That's where it's supposed to sit, is right there where that hole is in the handlebar. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna kind of just drill out the plastic a little bit and stick a screw in there. You know, like I said, I don't like to spend money. I don't want to get a new pair. These are actually pretty cool. I haven't been able to find any see-through clear ones or orange ones at that matter. So yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of try to fix them. And yeah, so I'm gonna put you on my new handy dandy trusty tripod here, and yeah, we'll get started. All right. So yeah, so I already took my brake handle off here. It is literally just those two screws right there, which are 8mm. I took them off so I could get to the screws on the back here, and they are a Phillips. Now you should do this with just a regular screwdriver, just so you don't torque these or whatever. But I've gotten so used to an impact that I'm pretty damn good with it. Ooh. So because I've taken this off already before, it's already pretty loose. Sometimes it can be actually kind of like stuck together just due to weather and stuff like that if it's never ever been removed. I didn't mean for it to fall on the ground there though. So yeah, so on the back here, so inside here is this little plastic dowel, and obviously you can tell it's been broken off. So I am actually just going to drill right through the plastic, and hopefully in my big bucket of random screws I can find a screw that will fit in there, and that will go right into the hole on the handlebar. I have to borrow my roommate's drill. I only have an impact. I'm gonna start with just a small hole first. Big thing of drill bits here. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah. I'm starting with a 1/8 bit. actually bring you over here to the workbench. There we go. Simple as that. Holy. Guess that's what a new metal bit does for plastic. Look at that. It actually turned out okay, I guess. So let's go over here to my big random thing of screws and rivets and springs and morettes and all kinds of random stuff. Point you back down here. Ooh, there might be a perfect screw right there. Oh, but I don't know if it'll be long enough. Need something a little longer. Ooh, what about that? Ooh, I think that's gonna be perfect. I know it's not it's a flathead, so it's not really what I want it to be. I kind of want it to be a Phillips or a Robertson. Or even an Allen key. Oh, I think ooh, that looks like a Phillips. Oh yeah, that might do good. See, in plastic, the thing I like about plastic, it's pretty easy to work with. You know, like drilling that hole was pretty quick. You just have to put, it's not like metal where you gotta drill it out and then put threads on it or whatever. This will do its own threads, which is pretty nice. But I don't know. I'm just gonna quickly test fit this. No, I need something longer. It's okay, we got lots of screws still. So many random screws. That'll be too long. Okay, how about just a regular screw? I'm just going to test fit that. Yep, that works. I'm not too picky with things, so as long as it works, and that's going to be hidden, like you're not really even going to see that. So I'm not really picky with that at all. It works, and it's going to stop it from twisting on the handlebar, so I'm pretty happy about that. Let's move you back over here. See, it goes in this little hole right there. Bam, it won't move anymore. And that's exactly what I want. Because when I put my mirror on there now it won't move. So I can actually reinstall that. So I actually wanted to point something out here. These screws are actually longer. One screw is longer than the other. And you'll be able to tell on here which one it is because where the screw goes in here, one part is thicker than the other. So it only makes sense that the shorter screw goes into the less thicker part and the bigger screw goes into the thicker part, right? And if, you just test fit it, and if it works, it works, obviously. If the other one doesn't, then so again, actually, I'm just going to do this with a regular screwdriver, just like you should. Because you don't want to over torque these and break them just because it's plastic. I'm just showing you the proper way to do it. Don't use the impact. Unless, you have skill with the impact. Yeah, that's way better. It's not moving anywhere now. Yeah, way better. It's got a little tiny bit of movement, but I'm okay with that. So yeah, that is the left side done. I'll put my brake handle back on here. Now this I'm going to use the impact for, just because. And these actually say up on it. I don't know what the difference is, really. I looked at it. There is no real difference, but I guess just keep it up, right? It would actually kind of annoy me if it was pointing down. I would be like, I have ADHD and OCD, so I am picky with some things. And I actually want that down a little bit more. Well, bam, all back together. That's barely moving anymore. Much better. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the right side. This time I'm probably not I'm not even going to remove this. Kind of reposition the camera. Yeah, I'm not even not even going to remove this at all. I'm just going to line up the hole and drill it out. That way it's pretty much the same thing as actually putting it on the table. But I actually have to move this over a little bit. It's also not in the right position. And it is actually Allen key, and it is underneath here. Oh, I got the wrong Allen key. Oh. Wrong Allen key size altogether. It is a 3 mil Allen key. You just it was actually kind of a little difficult underneath here. Just a bad angle. You'll have to give it a couple turns. There we go, we got it loosened. I'm just going to leave it loose for now. Bring the drill back out. Oh. That one still moves a little bit too much, but it's actually tighter than what that one used to be, so it's not too bad. And just tightening up the handle grip. I know, and I'm sorry. These videos might be kind of boring just because, you know, I might not be in frame all the time, and I might not be always talking and stuff. I'm gonna get better and better every time I do these videos. I'm just starting out, so I had my roommates watch my first couple of videos just to see how they were going, and they said, they're all right, you know. So at least I'm not like stuttering and stuff like that. I am a little bit here and there, but other than that. So that's on there and that's on there. So I'll put my brake lever back on. Whoop. And sorry, I'm really bad at cleaning up my work area as I go, so you might see me just randomly start cleaning up stuff, and you know, but that's good. I'll try to save that stuff for, you know, when I'm done the video, but I like to keep my work area nice and clean. So right now I'm just using my Samsung S9 to make these videos, so I don't know if I'm gonna, like, eventually I'll upgrade to an actual camcorder or whatever. That way it's, you know, a little better quality video, maybe sound too. I don't know if you guys can hear me the best. I'm probably gonna rewatch all my videos myself and just to see how they are. I watch a lot of YouTube videos myself, so I try to be like, you know, some of the other guys that I watch, and, you know, be descriptive as I possibly can, and show you as much as I can and as much detail. Especially with these e-bikes, there's not a whole lot of detail on them, you know. It's not enough information on them and stuff like that, and you know, like there's the mechanical part behind it of taking it all apart, but then there's the electrical part behind it, and amperage and wattage and lead acid batteries and lithium batteries and watt hours and amp hours and all this kind of, you know, crazy stuff that if you don't know anything about electrical, you know, you'll know nothing about it. And there's stuff that you can do to these bikes to make them go faster, like overvolting them. A lot of these motors, you know, they come from they say they're 500 watts. A lot of these motors are 1,000 watts and more. It's just the speed controller that actually limits the speed and stuff like that. So if, you know, for my old scooter, it was just a 500 watt, 25 amp max, like peak power. That's how much amperage it can draw. And I put and it was 48 volt. I put a 72 volt speed controller in. I left everything else stock. I obviously had to get 2 more batteries because I put a 72 volt speed controller, 1200 watt, 45 amps, and like that thing would do 55 kilometers an hour, and it picked up and it went, like, it was very quick. But I sold that to get this, which I'm not complaining at all. I'm very happy to get this. This is a huge upgrade. Not embarrassing to ride. It's much more comfortable. The braking's way better. I've already had a couple compliments on it from my neighbor, and when I went up to the store there, and some kids pointing at it when I rode by them. And so I'm very happy so far. So yeah, I would suggest these bikes for sure. I've only had it for 2 days, and, you know, I'm already suggesting it. It's just a huge upgrade. So yeah, this is Carter's Garage. This is a 2017 Daymak em1. that was my first mod, was fixing those. I will probably eventually just get new ones. I actually want to get one with a kill switch over on this side. I actually want to get one with a kill switch over on this side. Yeah, I'm actually gonna. I actually want to get one with a kill switch right over here on this side, because today my roommate, the ignition was on,